Hey everyone, so today we are in section 3, we're at the very end of section 3, and we're talking about the Crusades. The Crusades were a fight for the Holy Land. And so the Holy Land is located, the Holy Land would be right over here in Jerusalem. And over here in Italy and in Europe, the Crusaders are coming down and they're coming through and they're coming into Jerusalem. Jerusalem was a really important city because it was the center of Judaism. It was also an important holy city for the Muslims next to Medina and Mecca. Because remember, Mecca is down here in Medina, so Jerusalem's not that far away. It's also for Christians where Jesus died. So it's a fundamentally really important city located right along the Mediterranean Sea. So there's a lot of access points to it. So the way the Crusades happened was Pope Urban wanted to go in and wanted to take back the land. And so he came up with an idea of let's go and we'll call them Crusaders because they're going to take up the cross of the Lord. And so we're going to encourage them that they're going to convert these infidels to Christianity and they're going to go into Jerusalem and take it over. So he comes up with that idea. He also was having a problem with the knights. The knights, medieval times is kind of going away and they really didn't have anything to do. So basically a knight's job, like their point in life, is to fight. And so without having fights and having tournaments and having things to do, they were causing trouble. And so it was a great way of getting them back into having something to do and to have some type of conquest. So there are these crusades that happen. And so for the crusades, the Christians were already at a disadvantage in that when you're traveling from here all the way over into Jerusalem, you have to take all of your supplies with you. So when you're going to war, it's kind of like when we go and fight in the Middle East now, is you have to have your tanks, you have to have your food, you have to have your tents, you have to have all of your supplies, and you have to bring all of that stuff with you. Well, right here, the Muslims had been here for 400 years. And so they had all of their supplies. So they were already ready to set up they already had buildings. They had everything that they needed. And so that was a huge disadvantage for the Crusaders that were coming in. So in that, when you guys go on the website, I'll have these notes of everything I'm saying. So if you guys aren't, you should just you can kind of follow the notes to see what we're talking about. I'm going to flip back I'm going to go to a different map that may be helpful for you. Here's another map. Okay, so during the First Crusade, it takes 2 years. It takes 2 years of traveling for the Crusaders to be able to get into Jerusalem. And so they travel and they are very successful. The entire crusade will last for 3 years, 2 years of traveling, 1 year of being there, and they pick up a lot of ideas. They start seeing things. They start seeing things like Muslim domes. So they start seeing these domes and seeing that buildings can be built a little bit differently. And so you're going to start seeing architecture in Rome that will start being in the Byzantine style, coming from the Crusades and coming from what they're